Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim and today we're doing a walk around video of our 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. I'm going to go around the outside of this vehicle. I'm going to go through all the features on the inside. Well, not all of them because this is such a feature packed vehicle. I'm just going to lightly touch on most of them and really give you a good rundown of the car. On the front of the car you'll see that this car is in the brilliant black colour. Now this is probably one of the most popular colours. I think it's up there with white on the SRT, with the black that goes in the grille on the front of the SRT model, really putting the black on black, making the chrome around the 7-slot grille really stand out. Now Jeep put the 7-slot grille on every one of their cars because they were the first make to ever drive on all 7 continents, and they're really proud of that heritage. You've got your nicely styled headlights in here with the black on the inside of them, daytime running lights running around the outside with the indicator in the middle. As for stone chips and stuff on the front, there are a couple of very minor ones that have been touched up, but otherwise this car presents absolutely beautifully with colour-coded front parking sensors, and down here right in the middle we do have our adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning module just there. On the top of the SRT model we do have these nostrils which actually vent into the hood, allowing our 6.4 litre Hemi motor to breathe, and they are actually functional. They're not just there for decoration. They really give the body kit and the front of the shape of the SRT a really aggressive look. We have fitted black and white slimline number plates to really blend in with the black on black and chrome settings throughout this car. Moving around now to the side, looking at our first tyre, this appears to be a brand new tyre, and this car is fitted with the 20-inch Spider Monkey rims. This is a genuine option from Jeep. Very sought after look, these cars. A little bit of mark just here, probably about as long as half my finger. Otherwise very good condition. We do have the 4-pot Brembo brakes with this model as well to really help bring this car to a stop. Our Hemi badge here with the 6.4 litre and our colour-coded side mirrors with built-in indicators. Nice big Grand Cherokee badging down the front of the door, and we do have a chrome strip around the window here. This car hasn't been fitted with tint yet. I would recommend getting some tint on this car, really bring out the darkness of it. It does have privacy glass, but that doesn't offer UV protection, so some UV film as well. One thing with these cars is the proximity entry. So you've got a little button here. If you stand within close enough distance to the door, you just press it and the car will lock itself. In order to unlock the car, all you do is just take your hand with the key in your pocket and grab the handle and the door unlocks. Very nice and easy. With the push button start, the keys never have to leave your pocket. Looking now at our second rim, we do have, once again, a brand new tyre, a little bit of mark here again, and one over that side, not very big at all, but you can really see those Brembo brakes through the Spider Monkey rims as well. Got the nice guard flare going around on the SRT, really giving it that aggressive look. Moving around the back, being a black car, the red in the tail lights really stands out well. I like the way they've darkened the edge around the reverse lights as well to really give it that nice sleek look. We do have a full exhaust, like the dual exhaust, sorry, on the back here, as well as your reverse parking sensors. With the Grand Cherokee SRT, we do have the automatic boot. We've got 2 keys with this car, and all you got to do is just click on the button twice, and oops, sorry. There we go. It took 1 second longer than I thought. It automatically lifts itself up. Inside the back of the boot here, we do have our subwoofer down here. This car does have the panoramic sunroof, so it does also have the 19 premium speaker upgrade from Harman Kardon. They didn't start badging that with the Harman Kardon badge until 2015, but it still does have that sound system. In the side here, we do have a torch built into the side, which is constantly on charge in case you need it at night time. Just clips right in there and puts it back on charge. Privacy cover as well for the back, which is easily removable if you do need to open up the back for all the storage. And then lifting up under here, you'll see they do have a nice, really thick support with a full-size spare tyre under there and all of our tools needed as well. And then this car was fitted with a tow bar kit, so we do have the tongue under here, and it also has the Red Arc electric brake controller in this car, allowing it to actually tow a full 3.5 tonnes. Just tapping the button on the inside there or on your remote will bring the back of the tailgate down as well automatically. Moving around now to the passenger side, we do have our fuel filler cap here on the passenger side, and looking at our third wheel, this one's got a little bit more gutter rash on it. Has just got a bit all around the outside, but it does have a brand new tyre as well. I am trying to be picky for you to really show you and give you a good understanding of the quality of this vehicle. That's probably the worst trim out of all the 4. The last one we're going to look at doesn't have nearly the same amount of rushing on it. I'll also get the cameraman at this point to look at the roof to show you how big the panoramic sunroof is, but we'll touch on that a little bit more when we are inside the vehicle. As for marks down the side of the car, the other side presented very well. There's 1 or 2 stone chips just on the side here. The other side didn't have any, which is why I didn't point any out, but there are just 1 or 2 down the side of this car as well. When we finish looking at that, I'm going to have a look at our last brand new tyre with a little bit of gutter rash here, probably about as long as one of my fingers. but otherwise this rim is in pretty good condition as well. That'll wipe off, it's just a bit of road grime, just that one mark on that third rim. Now I'm going to pop the bonnet and we're going to have a look at our 6.4 litre Hemi engine. This engine is paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission, which came in the MY14 update with the new shape of the Grand Cherokee SRT. Combined with this 6.4 litre engine, which is just there, nice big, really nice deep rumbling sound engine. Combining that 8-speed transmission with our 6.4 litre engine means that this car can go from 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds, which is very, very impressive for an SUV. This car will put out 344 kilowatts and 624 newton meters of torque. While with its 91 litre fuel tank, you can average around 14 Ks per 100 kilometers. But if you're cruising on the freeway a lot, this does have Chrysler's fuel saving technology, which will cut 4 of the cylinders out. So cruising at freeway speeds, you will use a lot less fuel as well, which is very, very handy. And it's got plenty of torque for towing that full 3.tons. And moving to the interior of our Grand Cherokee SRT, this car is really packed with a lot of features. The inside presents very, very well. It has done 69,000 Ks. Probably only looks like it's done about 30, maybe 40, but yeah, there's just a typical way you'd see on a car of about that age. But for 69,000 Ks in a 2014 model, this car presents very, very well. And you get a lot of things that you only get in the SRT. Starting at my right here, we got full electric window adjusting control with a button to fold in our side mirrors as well. So that really helps parking a larger vehicle into a smaller car park. It can be quite handy. Full electric window control with child lock and locking door buttons. Moving the wheel to the right, you'll see there's no right control arm. We do have our red arc brake controller though, and then just down here we do have our headlights with automatic headlights as well, and a fuel filler release cap. Moving the wheel over to the right, being an American made car, this is where our side indicators, or as the Americans call them, our blinker lights are, and we do have our front and rear windscreen wipers too. The wheel itself has got the SRT racing leather wrapped steering wheel. This is a heated steering wheel with paddle shifters behind it, as well as full cruise control settings on the right, with your adaptive cruise control and speed limiter controls just down here. Over here we got our controls for our menu. You can actually change all the display that shows up in the front of the cluster here. There are so many options. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but it is worth having a play. It is something I can go through with you to show you. You can adjust between a dial speedo style or the full big number, as well as showing your messages, navigation and stats on the car itself. Just down here we do have all of our phone and voice control. Now this car is fully voice controllable. You can set destinations or navigations, radio stations and everything like that. One of my favorite features on this car. Moving now to the center, we are running our Uconnect 8-inch display. Now this is touchscreen. While I go through this, just pay attention to how responsive it is to the touch. This being an SRT, we do have our SRT apps. You can actually change the color of the car. It is stock to match the color of the car, so it is black, but if you want to see a red one, you can put a red one on for whatever reason. But it is cool how it always matches the car. It's even got spider monkeys on the rims, just like the car we're sitting in right now. We do have timers to go along with this as well, as our G-force meter, which is something I love. As you drive, you put your foot down and it shows you the G-forces against the cars. Pressing on the gauges one will show you all different performance gauges. You can bring those up in the center screen as well, but sometimes it's good to have all three going on there. And then you've got another set of gauges as well. Underneath that you do have your engine, which will show you a lot of the torque and horsepower currently being output by the engine, which is quite good. Even though we are idling, this massive 6.4 engine is trying to put some torque through the clutch. While we're in park, it's not engaged in the automatic transmission, but you can see it's still trying because there is a lot of power sitting there. And then down here you've got your options where you can change everything around. Moving to your basic settings, we do have our full radio controls, as well as our full CD player and Bluetooth USB auxiliary controls. Our controls for our heated and cooled front seats, as well as our heated steering wheel. Full climate control. I'll just turn this back on so I can show you how it all works. You've got dual zone climate control here, which you can either use with the dials just below the touchscreen or on the touchscreen itself. We do have a sync button, so the passenger ramps up their temperature, they jump out of the car, you just hit sync and it will match the driver's side again. Really saves with playing with a lot of stuff as well. The next one over is your sat nav, and just look how clear this, nice and clear this display is as well, and it is nice and really responsive, very easy to read, and the instructions it gives you are clear. And then you've got all of your phone controls just here. We don't have a phone paired to it, but it does download your phone book, display your messages, does everything you want it to. Now just moving down from that, as I pointed out before, we do have all hard buttons for our volume and everything like that, as well as our collision mitigation and stuff and controls like that, parking sensors, traction controls and eco mode. Just moving down behind that, we do have a trap door here with a little bit of storage, a 12-volt socket socket, as well as a slot for an SD card, a USB stick and auxiliary port as well. Just moving back from that, we do have our 2 cup holders and our T-bar shifter. This is nice and easy. Pushing the button, pull it back a little bit, it will drop 1 gear into reverse, showing our reversing camera. Moving my wheel around will project where the car is going to go, which is very, very handy for parking a vehicle like this. Just click in the button, push it forward a little bit again, and it goes back into park. If I want to go into drive, I just pull it all the way back and let go. We are now in drive mode. Makes jumping through the gears very, very easy, especially when you get the hang of it. Just down from that, we do have our driveline selector buttons with our launch control. Our launch control is what allows this car to really put all the power down without losing traction and do that 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds. Outside of that, we've got track mode, sport mode, snow and towing mode, all very handy. And all you have to do is just set the application and the car will then know what you want it to do as far as the responsiveness goes. We do have a leather wrapped center console lid. Opening up that will reveal our CD player and a little bit of storage with another 12-volt socket. Now I'm going to quickly talk about the roof. We do have that dual panoramic sunroof, as I mentioned before, which is always paired with our premium upgraded sound system. So it's a roof that opens up across the whole top of the car. We do have a blind to cover it off if the sun does get too intense for you. It is tinted so it won't burn you, but you can always just get rid of it. That goes all the way to the front. You can always just block it out if you choose. The front part of this sunroof does open. I'm going to show you that next with a nice and smooth action, and it opens up a little bug catcher to stop anything coming into the car. There it is, and it also vents open as well. Same thing, just hold the vent button and it will vent open a little bit. So now I'm going to get my camera person to pan around the interior of the car and show you what good quality this car's in. It does have the genuine Jeep floor mats to come with it as well, and the seats have just got that tiny bit of wear on the leather, but otherwise they are in very, very good condition. I'm going to have a look at the service history. This car was always serviced at a Jeep dealership except for the most recent service which we did. It has done 69,000 Ks. Going through the service history, the first service was completed at 22, then at 37, 47, 55 and 69, so it's got awesome service history. It's got brilliant tyres on it. The condition of the paintwork on this car is fantastic, just those couple of stone chips I pointed out to you, and you really have to drive an SRT to understand it. The sound system's amazing on it with that upgrade, all of the features and apps and full voice control. There's no reason not to buy a car like this. So come down, give us an arrange a test drive, give us a call on 99070555 and one of our friendly staff will be happy to help with your inquiry.